All right, so we're starting off our glute and ham day today. We're gonna do hip thrust. Again, my favorite movement for the posterior legs, however, one of the toughest, I think. This move always destroys me when I'm done with it. Did 2 warm-up sets already, feeling pretty good with everything. As far as quads go from Tuesday's leg day, I'm not feeling too much. So I could squeeze in maybe a few quad-ish movements today, but I think I'm gonna stick mostly with glutes and hams. But I'm gonna give our first set a go here. And yeah, here we go. I thought that was going to be a working set, but that was actually pretty easy, and I'm pretty happy about it. So we're going to go up a little more. All right. Okay, I just bumped it up a little bit more, and this should definitely be a working set. I know I mentioned it in the last video when I did these a couple weeks ago, but it's so convenient to have a machine like this, because setting up a regular barbell hip thrust is such a pain to get like going. It's a great move, but like the setup for it, I think that's probably the one move that like takes the longest to set up. So if I would ever do a hip thrust, I would always put it in the beginning of the set, of the workout for sure. But here we are at the Booty Builder, a stack loaded hip thrust, which is awesome. So all I have to do is select the pin, and there's my weight, which is great. All right, my mic's blinking, by the way, so it says I'm kind of getting towards low battery, so it should last for this whole session. It should, but all right. I'm feeling pretty damn good this morning, so we're gonna jump into our next set. I'm approaching into PR territory here, and I'm pretty happy about that. All right, let's do this. Well, that one humbled me real quick. I had to mention something about a new PR, and it said, no, you're not. So right now, I'm looking at the stack, and I am 3-4 clicks from the bottom. So this stack goes up to 352 or 160 in kilos. Right now I'm at 286, and I have 3 more adjustments I can make. And I thought I was definitely gonna get 10 out of that. Of course, we're gonna try it again. But like, I got to almost the top of that hip extension there, and my body was like, no, you're not. You're not getting all the way up. That's definitely the hardest part for me here. That extra, like that last inch of that lockout has always been the hardest for me on the hip thrust for sure. That very top motion of it. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably do one more good heavy set here, and then see how many I can get. And then I may drop it back down just a little bit, but I'll just record one more set here. And yeah, because I want to keep these segments kind of sort of short and sweet for you guys. I don't want to drone on too much. I don't want to bore you. But yeah, we'll give this a little bit of a breather here. My glutes are already firing right now. All right. say that as I was going through those sets there, I realized that that one was kind of like in parallel to what I did Tuesday. So we're, oh my God, my glutes are firing so hard. It almost like I have to like get up to like shake this off. But where I did like 5 of those Bulgarian split squats Tuesday, this one at 5, after I hit that 5, started to get really freaking tough too. So like I was saying on Tuesday, could I hit more than 5 on those split squats for my first set? Yes. However, when I go for these super heavy sets, I don't push myself into, you know, a ridiculous amount of failure. So, because I feel like it would tax my nervous system so much that like I wouldn't be able to continue giving a really good effort with the rest of my moves. But what I'm trying to say is, I like that this is in comparison. So I have my first move, that was our heavy 5s. Same thing with Tuesday, we had that first move with heavy 5s, and I didn't even plan that. That was just what the stack kind of showed up and gave me. So with that being said, I want to do a third set and then maybe drop it just a little bit. But yeah, we'll get one more set in here, heavy set, and then we'll move on. All right, so we are here on the hamstring curl, and I'm going to go for, we're gonna go 12 to 15s here. And those will include some partials, of course. But you guys have heard me talk a lot about like, you know, hard 10s and things like that. So now on this machine here, this usually feels a little bit better to go a little higher in the rep range for me. So I will lighten the weight a little bit today and then really try for as much range of motion as I can and then chop it into partials. But anyway, let's just get this next set started. Okay, that was a tough 15. One thing that, well, 2 things actually. I'm sitting a little higher up on this machine today, so the actual crease on this pad here, I'm getting my hips a little more in it. I'd say it feels almost about the same, almost a little better, but like, yeah, this feeling pretty good. What I've, you know, over the years, I've learned that like, if we're gonna go into, let's say like for this, for example, if I'm going into 15s, if I start and I'm like, oh, this weight's really light, I can bump it up more. And then I find out that it's turned into like a set of like 11 or something, and I wanted to get like a good 15, then, you know, those first couple are going to be pretty easy. And that's something I had to kind of learn was, if you're going into a little higher rep range, those first couple should be pretty easy. So ride it out. And like I said, if you ever need to adjust mid-set, tempo will be your best friend, because you can take a light weight that you can crank out for a lot of reps, and if you throw some tempo in there, like some slow tempos and some controls and a full range of motion, entirely different ball game for sure. That's why I also say never worry about the weight that you're lifting / what's on the stack, you know. But I'm gonna do a couple more sets here of basically the same thing, a really hard 15, and we'll move on. So feeling pretty damn good today. That might be a 2-setter. That is hitting me really hard today, which is a good thing. But at third set, I'm gonna need A, a lot of rest for, or B, it's not gonna be as, I guess, quality of a set. But yeah, definitely after those hip thrusts and then hitting this, I'm feeling it, and that's good, that's good. Sometimes you might only need 2 sets, and that's okay. A lot of times when the intensity goes up, you might find you have to cut your sets, and that's fine. Like I was saying in a previous video, you know, there's no golden rule that you have to hit, like, I have to do 3 sets, or I have to do 4 or 2 or whatever it is. A lot of times it's just a feel thing for me, so. Whew. Anyway, moving on. I always talk about training, let's say, your hamstrings or the back of your legs. So I have one where I had hip extension with hip thrust. I have one where I have, I guess, I don't know how sciencey this is gonna sound, but like knee flexion. So I would have something with a hamstring curl. This one is for my hamstrings when they're more in that lengthened position, kind of to, you know, fulfill my hinge pattern. So what I'm saying is, like, I try to make every move with a purpose. So like, I want the workout to flow nicely, and I also want to make sure there's like kind of reason for everything I do. So like, each one of those movements, to me, all 3 of those movements have a different component of training your hamstrings, and that's the way I like to think about it. And I love programming, and I love thinking about this stuff. So going on to our sets here, probably like stick to a good stretch, nice slow tempo with these. Probably go a little more explosive on the way up with these. So like maybe a good 15, but let's just jump right into it here. All right, last thing one of the last things I'm gonna do for the day, I'm gonna hit sleds and so fun fact, probably gonna be in the video somewhere, but the mic died as soon as I was doing sleds. So I switched the cables around, so I started charging my mic and took my transmitter off the phone. So we got a good 5 minutes to charge, so we'll see how long we can last here with this. Gonna not use the headphones probably for this set. And just kind of going light here right now. The sleds were good. I'm glad I got some kind of like dynamic move in there too, because sometimes I program it like that, like what to move, especially for like leg days, it's a lot easier to do, I feel like, what to move that can kind of get me moving. So right now, just chilling out and doing some good like high rep calf raises. So, and then I'm kind of gonna wrap things up after that, because this will be my 5th move by now. So I'm gonna start wrapping it up. We'll hit the hydro and the sauna, because they're a good time. But anyway, yeah. They're starting a class down there right now. So I wanted to skedaddle my way out of there. I don't want to be intrusive at all to that, so. But overall, I'm happy with today's workout. Very happy with it. I ain't worried about it, it's fine.
Totally forgot you were setting it up there.
Yeah, you're fine. I do not mind. Anybody crosses in the camera, that's fine with me. I actually had someone ask me about the equipment that I was using today. I was starting on the hip thrust, and right as I was setting up, he was asking me about it. So in case you guys want to know, I am using the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphone. It's $200. You can find it at Best Buy. It is worth every penny. I was hesitant on buying it at first, but to me, it's a solid mic. I'm using just a basic tripod from Walmart. It's like 30 bucks. I'm using a Samsung S21 Plus to record, and that's, well, my what you call it, headphones. There's the word. Headphones are these SkullCandy Evo Crushers. They were on sale for $150, and those are also freaking awesome too. But anyway, I will link all the stuff that I'm using anyway down in the description from now on in my videos, along with a bunch of other stuff you guys can find down there. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for today. Trying to think if I have anything else to say. I don't think so. But anyway, until tomorrow, guys, we'll be hitting some form of upper body tomorrow. I'll catch you tomorrow.